Wow, I'm back 2 days in a row. All right, so here we go. Mindset. This is massive, and it's fantastic for me to cover because I've come through some of the crappiest mindset personally. I have a lot of clients with their mindset, and it ranges. It doesn't matter if you're a professional athlete or you're trying to lose a lot of weight. So one of my clients who is trying to lose a lot of weight sent me a nice email asking me a bunch of questions, and I'll just I'll kind of go over some highlights of it so you can understand, and then we'll cover kind of the things that I like to cover about this. So it says, I'm noticing a lot of self-talk, negative self-talk in the gym. I don't know if this will make sense to you, but I'm super uncomfortable. It's a foreign country to me, and when I go there, I feel that people are looking down on me and scoffing at me because I don't know what I'm doing because I'm the fattest guy in the room. I don't know if I know I can't control what people think about me. Yeah, sometimes still have fears that other people might want to be like, you shouldn't be here. Another one, and then rolls on to, I know I share a little bit of history and I come from a background of abuse. So the people who are supposed to care for me and hurt me left me feeling worthless. People who are supposed to care about me were treated worthless. Cleared the message because they treat me, and they say they told him he was worthless pretty much. And so Satan doesn't know how to change it, where to begin, or what he should even begin doing. He doesn't want to become, some motivational cat poster to where it says this motivational, thing. And that works for some people, and I think you have to be 50 plus for that to work for. But so what it comes down to is, I've come from a lot of the similar issues. When I was younger, obviously, I was buck 25 out of high school, buck 35. Let's just put it this way. My dad was a bantamweight at 5'6". So my genetics were always a skinny fat. If I ate a lot of food, which I ended up going through, so I ended up getting into bodybuilding from a purely just naive perspective of I just want to look like that guy. And you can't look like that guy. And we've been over that, you got to look like yourself at your best self possible. And that's what, it's going to end up boiling down to. So I blew up to about 240 pounds in my wedding and looked like a freaking sumo wrestler. And, I got stretch marks from it to prove it. And you know what? I actually enjoy that now. Looking back, I'm glad I went through all that because I can relate to people that ask me these questions. So when it comes down to mindset in the gym, and I actually have had a lot of theories about this, so I asked them to answer this on video because I think there's a lot of people who could kind of grasp onto this and learn from it. When it comes to the gym, a lot of the insecurities that you just pointed out were, I feel real insecure. I feel people are scoffing at me. And you know what? It actually has to do something with the mirrors in the gym, okay? So I don't know very many people that look in the mirror and are completely happy with themselves, much less them kind of giving a negative feedback because they're unsatisfied with how they look. And so just think of it. You look in the morning in the mirror, you're on a weight loss goal, you're on a weight gain, trying to get new guns. You're always looking at yourself, not seeing results. That's negative. So it comes down to the fact that kind of we're just focusing on numbers for one. So where's the weight scale going? Where's the measurements going? How's this going? And that's a big reason I don't do any measurements for my weight loss clients. Because we're trying to gain muscle. That's my number one, is trying to be strong. And then fat loss comes as a side effect of that. So adding muscle, burning fat, that's the roundabout way. So that cleans things a lot. And back to the mirrors thing, and I don't know anybody who looks in the mirror and isn't somewhat disappointed, including myself sometimes. And it's something that I've been working on too. So I'll see people look at themselves in the mirror and get this kind of gross look about their face, and then they'll turn it on to the person in front of them. So think about, it's not them scoffing at you, it's you scoffing at yourself and projecting it onto them. Because that's what's really going on, and you need to identify that mindset and understand that that's where it's coming from, is your insecurities are being projected onto the person you think is scoffing at you. Because in the end, when it comes down to the gym environment, everyone is really, or should just really just try to work on themselves. And an ideal world, that's what it is. Now, going to Vasa and other places, there's a lot of social scene, Lifetime Fitness, everyone just hits on each other. There's not a lot of working out going on. So I would suggest avoiding those places if you want to get real work and real results done. Now, when it comes back to the fact that you go to a CrossFit gym or a university style setup where they don't have mirrors, the environment changes. It's kind of interesting to where everyone's extremely supportive and positive and kind of comfortable with themselves just being a person, because they're not always looking at themselves every 2 seconds, whether it's during a movement or in between movements or on the way to the drinking fountain or pushing the prowler. If you're looking in the mirror, we're disconnecting from the goal and the task at hand, which is to better yourself in the gym. And so rolling back to the betterment of yourself, it's in order to get over negative self-talk, you have to literally have conversations with yourself and be able to catch yourself from giving yourself a hard time. Now, there is a place for it sometimes. It's like, come on, dude, you should have done better than that. You know, I try to refrain from calling myself an idiot, but sometimes it happens. But the more and more I refrain from calling myself an idiot or kind of stupid, the less and less I feel hung up on the essential small failures that I had. And so monitoring that self-talk is being conscious of it all the time is going to be the most important thing. Because like what you should be telling yourself is, you know what, I got up out of fucking bed today. That's actually an accomplishment. It's huge, okay? There's a lot of people who hit their alarm 6 times, they roll over 6 times, they want to procrastinate, and you're not one of them. So if you're not one of them, then start being one of them. Do you see what I'm saying? Freaking jump on and hit that alarm clock, or just get out before your alarm clock and open up with that. All right, get out of bed and focus on just some meditation first thing in the morning. Just clear your mind, don't check your email, get everything rolling, and then give yourself some positive reinforcement. Understand that what you have going on today is going to be badass no matter what, because you can make the best of everything at any point. You just have to choose to. And you know, I just got done reading a book called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, and it's phenomenal. It takes all these extremely successful individuals and they talk about how their biggest failures turn into their biggest triumphs because they were to blow through it. And you know, they come up with these massive things in their way that a lot of people be like, damn it, I'm done. And they smashed right through it, and they are who they are because of what they did at that moment. Thomas Edison, you know, guys like that. So Thomas Edison and Albert Einstein and freaking Revolutionary War general. I'm spacing that name. But that's all part of self-talk. Okay, so and another thing too is don't concentrate on your weaknesses. I tell this to my clients all the time, and I see it because I've done it. And it comes to the fact where you're always grabbing your gut, or you're always poking and prodding, like, I don't like the way this feels. I don't like the way this feels. You've been working out for 2 months. Oh, I don't like the way this feels. I don't like the way that looks. But guess what? Okay, so let's say one thing is you came in and you pushed the prowler without throwing up, and on your second time versus your first time, you about died. So that's usually what happens to my clients. So just coming back on that second day, focus on that improvement. Focus on the fact that your technique got better, that you're getting stronger, that you're dealing and you're winning all these little battles that you haven't ever even come close to winning before. And so just the fact that you're stepping in the gym is a win. Just the fact that you get going on a hard workout is a win. There's a lot of people who just show up and coast on a treadmill and read a book. At no point is that going to do anything beneficial for you in terms of fat loss or actually being healthy. You're mindlessly pedaling, you're reading a book, yeah, but at the same time, like when you're in the gym, you should be there to do work. Be there to better yourself 100% of the time. And then when you're out of the gym, that'll carry over. I've noticed it in my life. I've noticed it on my clients' life. The harder they hit it, the better everything else gets in life, all right? So it's focusing on that talk to yourself of I'm awesome. Whether you believe it or not, you need to tell yourself you're the greatest before you're the greatest, is what it comes down to. Now, I'm not saying tell everyone you're the greatest. Tell your fucking self you're the greatest, because that's what it comes down to, because you are. And the thing is it's your journey that you're going on. So another thing that we got to get away from is comparing ourselves to anyone. All right? Relating to somebody and comparing to somebody are two completely different spectrums. They shouldn't even be even overlap, but it's very easy to overlap. So when it comes to the fact, and don't compare yourself to yourself. Don't say, hey, you know, I was better last month, well, I should be better this month. Okay, well, what are you comparing? Are you comparing weight loss? Well, maybe. Are you comparing muscle gain? Maybe. Are you comparing technique? That definitely got better. So if you're focused on, oh, I didn't lose weight in a month, but hey, I'm still healthier, I'm still working out. And that's another thing too. A lot of people get in the gym and, you know, they're working. They might not be able to hammer their nutrition down 100%. They might be cheating here and there on the weekends. But guess what? The fact that you're in the gym and you're doing work is being healthier than you previously were when you were eating shit every day, or even if you were just eating shit on the weekends and not working out. So in a sense, you're preventing yourself from aging faster and you're just getting better. Doesn't matter if you can't nail down your nutrition. It doesn't matter if you can't dial it in and get super lean, because that's not for everybody. All right? The thing is, and it comes down to, Ronda Rousey's representing fit chicks for the first time ever. And I think I need to do a little side note and a translation. A lot of girls have gotten the do nothing bitch as I'm thick, so I'm sexy. And there's nothing wrong with saying you're thick and sexy, but do nothing bitches were there. She's thick, but she throws her weight around and utilizes it. Not just is thick and doesn't do shit with it or can twerk. It's not about that, all right? So let's dial it in. It's about using your physique, your body to master yourself and then give back with it. Because she's inspiring other people of like, hey, I'm a fighter, I'm a badass, I'm not some skinny model that takes Instagram photos 24/7. I'm actually legit. I can actually whoop that girl's ass if it ever came down to it, and her boyfriends at the same time. Sounds like some kinky stuff. But at the same time, that's what it's about, all right? So do nothing bitch isn't, oh, I'm thick, so I'm not gonna work out and you should appreciate me. Don't do that. You need to be taking care of yourself, because there's a difference between thick and stacked and thick and functional and thick and lazy. All right? So choose one of those two. Choose whatever you're going to be. Now back to, the self-talk and, managing every day is find those small wins. All right? You had breakfast. You had a good breakfast. You had Pop-Tarts last time. All right? That's a win. Or you skipped breakfast, or you had a really good dinner and you didn't eat after dinner. That's a huge win, and you need to acknowledge that. You have to tell yourself that that was a win, because if you don't, it just gets brushed under the minutia, and in a world of negativity that we are in, you're going to get back on the negative track. So make sure you identify, you clarify, and you revel in those wins for the minute that it is a win. All right? After that, you continue to improve yourself, because that's what it is. You're on your own journey. The reason you are where you are right now is because you're supposed to be. And there's something you need to learn from it right now. And whether that's lose weight, get healthy, get smarter, start a different job, whatever it is, there's a reason for it. And so you need to, instead of fight it and say, hey, I don't like it. Well, that's just being uncomfortable. And getting comfortable, being uncomfortable is the best way to ensure success. All right? So I'm going to leave you with that. And hopefully that got through to a lot of people. Now, I got a lot of friends that I know that they've had their troubles, their trials. Nicole Rojas, amazing girl. Just had her birthday, so happy birthday. I got your presents. But I'm just going to bring her up because she came and she was extremely chubby back in the day. But if you talk to her about it, she's completely comfortable with it. So if you want to, Nicole, share your story, take some time and, type it up and, relate. Because I think this is going out to one particular client, but there's not one particular person that cannot relate to this. Whether they're skinny or, trying to gain a lot of muscle or fat and trying to lose a lot since you were a little kid, it's the same thing. You're trying to better yourself. You're trying to become a superhero. Plain and simple. Back to superhero training. I know I said that was it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But man, I just love this subject because I've had to deal with it a lot. I had complete negative self-talk all the time. I even watched, Tiger Woods has really bad self-talk, all right? And you can see that it works for a second, but then it falls off. Most people with horrible self-talk, they'll rise for a second and then tumble. And I hate to say that, but that's usually the trend, and that I've seen at least 90% of the time. I can't call the 10% off the top of my mind, but that's what it is. So I would watch Tiger and he just, oh, Tiger, you piece of shit. I can't believe you hit that shot. You're such an idiot. You suck. And that's how I would talk to myself when I golfed. All right. And I really was maybe a -5 a handicap, good to go. As soon as I learned to stop taking myself so seriously and enjoying the process and giving myself, oh, okay, I missed that putt. I can make another one. Or I missed that putt. I'm going to knock it down. I got a par. At least I got a par. Can't be frustrated without a par. I didn't get an eagle, but that's okay. Don't concentrate on what I didn't get. Concentrate on what you did get. And so that helped me learn that situation. And all of a sudden, I'm a +1 without even trying. And so that just goes to wrap everything up. All right. So dial it in. Be that person to help yourself, not negate yourself. Find those small wins. Make sure you're pointing them out. Make sure you're celebrating them. Make sure you get a weekly celebration over the week if you accomplished a perfect week or even 90% week. That's awesome. That's what stuff you weren't doing before. Okay? You're on your own journey. You need to learn what the universe is telling you, what your body's telling you. Every single person should master their body, and this is your chance to do it. Don't look at it as a problem or as an issue. It is an obstacle. And every obstacle can be moved, or you can plow right through that motherfucker. So, all right, take that with you. Express your story down below. Please help me, help my friends, and I'd just love to hear them. Peace.